I've been here at Sovereign Health for 62 days, and this is my second time in treatment. It's really different this time. I'm more serious than I was the first time. My parents forced me to come, but this time I wanted to come. And when you actually want to come, it's a big difference because you work harder, you work the program, you get a sponsor, and this time around I actually witnessed 3 people from last time I was in treatment who overdosed and died. So it just gives me a different outlook on how serious this can be, and how, like, if you have an addiction and you want to get help, you should totally seek treatment, and Sovereign really is a good place. I mean, it's working for me, so. My first impression, I was really nervous because it was my first time in treatment, and I'm from Arkansas, so I was really far from home. But they made me feel at home. Like, they let me call home whenever I needed to. Everything I needed, they got it, and it's a really good program. I mean, Sovereign really does help people in their recovery. Mostly all of the groups, but mainly processing. When we do that group, we get a lot out. We get to know about one another, and we just process all our problems. And to me, it's my favorite group. I get up, get ready, and we have to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have group. Sometimes some of us are just it's too early, but we always have really good groups. Me and all the girls I'm in the house with, we all have a connection. We all are very close, so group really helps us out if we're having any kind of issues or feeling like we have cravings or anything. Group always helps. My experience with the staff has been awesome. Anything I need, anything I want, if I'm having any kind of issues, the patient advocates always help me out. My therapist is really good. He digs in deep. What I really need is for sure somebody that's gonna dig into all my problems that I'm acting like I don't want to talk about. But I really have a great therapist, and he helps me stay on track. I have to deal with pain. I was in a pain management program here, and it really helped a lot too. I would mainly take a lot of the things I learned in group, coping skills. I've learned to play the tape through. I was around some people recently at the beach who were drinking and using, and I could have did it, but I played the tape through. What's gonna happen if I do this? If I relapse, I'm gonna have to suffer the consequences. I'm gonna have to sign a recovery agreement, and it's just not worth it. Once you learn coping skills, you learn to say no when you really want to use, but you learn to say no. You learn to live different and just think different from the addict mind, basically. So that's mostly what I'm taking from Sovereign. I always keep that in mind. I know you're going to be nervous at the beginning, during detox. That's the most nervous part of when you first come to treatment. It gets better. I know at first it's going to be scary. You're away from home. You're not feeling good, but it gets better. Once you go on to the next step in the program, you feel a lot better. You're meeting people who have the same issues as you, being an addict, and it gets better. So that's mainly what I would say to anybody that comes to see help. I would recommend Sovereign because they have like a lot of treatment centers. I mean, they're good. I mean, you have options. Like if you want to go to El Paso, Texas, you can. If you want to come to California, if you want to come to Florida, like you have different options. And my thing is with Sovereign, I was like really blessed and smart to actually pick to come to California, because if I would have stayed like in Texas, I would have been close to home and I would have left treatment and went home. So Sovereign is like a good program. Like they make sure you have everything you need. They do all the steps, and they have a lot of they send us to meetings. We can go to church if we want. Pretty much everything we need. They have the intense family program like the third weekend of every month. So like anything you need help with, Sovereign is really good in my opinion. I know it's scary, and I know like sometimes we can have shame and guilt, but there's help and there's hope. Things will get better if you just go get help. Like no matter how many times you're just sitting on the couch watching a video thinking like, oh my God, or when the commercial comes on and says, if you're an addict, call this number. Like, don't be afraid, just do it. Like, it's like no right time. Like, you just do it and you'll see what happens. Like, you'll have a better life. And sometimes you'll get sick and tired of being sick and tired.